Hello everybody. Finally I have PA5 in front of me and I have PA4 as well in front of me, both of them, thanks to my friend Emir from Mississauga, Toronto, Canada. So if I say Mississauga, some people who are from another country, they will not know that Mississauga is a big city near to Toronto. It is part of actually greater Toronto area. So both keyboards are in front of me, and today I'm going to talk about similarity and differences between those two keyboards. So let me start with something that I think is very interesting. First thing that I'm going to start is parts of the style. Actually, we will analyze how styles work in both keyboards. If you want to edit style, if you want to work with style, mix style, when you go in Korg PA4, in lower left corner, when you press to track button, you will be in main window. Usually if you turn on keyboard, you will be in main window, but if you press it again, you will be in style editing window. In that style editing window, you can control. You can choose instrument for that style, for the track of the style. You can do a little bit like mixing. So actually you can do mixing of that style. So that is what you can see right away in this screen. If you want to do more, then you have to press menu button and you will get some more functionality in mixing parts of the style. But let us see how is that organized in PA5. In PA5, now, if you are in main window, it looks like this. In main window, what do you have here? You have option to choose style. You have option to choose instrument, but you have couple windows down. If you press mixer, then you will be able to see something that is similar to PA4. For a moment is similar. Let me just put this camera like this. So you can see familiar window that we can find in PA4. So there is style, and there is option for mixing the style and choosing instrument. But beside of that, there is option to do balance for instruments, panning for instruments, each instrument that is part of the style. And you have option for mute part of the style and solo part of the style. Now, in previous operating system and keyboard, you had option to mute style, but you don't have option for solo style. You have option to press shift and then touch that part of the track that is part of the style, and then you can solo. But it is like a couple of moves that you have to do. Then after that, you have again press shift and again to listen to whole style. But here, instead of that, just press solo or press mute. So choose your instrument and then do balance, panning, mute, solo, and you can mix. Now you have here another button here. Above matrix is style, and above style we have another button where you can press that button, and now you will come in totally new section that doesn't exist in Korg PA4. Some of those functions you can find in PA4, but you have to go through windows, and it's limited, not so visible, and not so to the point. Usually when you get to this section, first what you are going to see, you will see main window of that section. Now we can see very clearly all instruments, nice colors, nice graphic. You can change instrument. Now you can do panning, solo, mute, and on right side you have a lot of options that we didn't have in previous model, Korg previous model. And it is very, very powerful. It's very hard to find in any keyboard, especially arranger keyboard, for left hand. For section for left hand. You have some similarity in other keyboards for right hand, for solo section, but we are talking about track that is part of the style. Now, if we go to EQ, now in EQ section, you have 3-band EQ. You can adjust sound, and you can engage EQ or disengage EQ. So that is about EQ. Just easy, and EQ works perfectly well. Now if you go to insert section, in insert section, if you are not satisfied with that EQ, you can insert another EQ. If you go there, and if you go to frequency, and then you can choose one of those. Actually, let me see, filter mode mixed, bypass amplifier. You can choose amplifiers, you can choose effects, usually delay send effect. You can choose dynamic, compressor limiters, you can choose filters, and in filters you can choose, for example, let us see this EQ. And let me exit. Look at that EQ. It looks similar to SSL console EQ. Now you can do more changes of your sound. You can shape your sound now with 4-band EQ, where you have shelving, where you have choosing frequencies, how wide is that frequency, Q point you can adjust, then choose frequency, and then add or take out some of those frequencies. Let me exit from here. But you can choose any, for example, on this track, you can choose amplifier, guitar amplifier, in Vox or another type of amplifier. And now when you choose amplifier, you have options to adjust that amplifier. Exit. So we have insert section of effects. Now we have master effect section for that style. You have possibility to adjust how much effect do you want to have on that particular track, effect that you chose. So it is send section for effects of that track. Now you have band tuning. What it means, band tuning? It means that style is actually band. And finalizer, you can finalize a sound for that style that you are working on. So you can do a lot of things, and you can save it with that style. It's a very, very powerful section, something new, and that is really, really big update if we are comparing PA5 with a previous model of the keyboard. That's why always I am thinking that PA5 should be called on another name, because it is much more powerful. It is totally from scratch, new operating system that is improvement much bigger than between, for example, PA1 and PA2 or PA1 and PA4. This is now totally new story. If that keyboard had new name, that we in our brain we will think, okay, now you have new keyboard, we have to be very careful if we want to import something from previous models, because we have totally new operating system that is thinking on a new way, not on old way. So you know there is compatibility between keyboards always. When we have new model, we have new options. Remember when we had a PA3, we had to adjust number of the favorite styles and favorite sounds to number of the favorite styles in PA4, because in PA4 is 10 favorite styles, and in PA3 is 12. But in this keyboard is even much bigger difference in thinking of the keyboard in operating system. That's why it is a logic there that if we are putting something from previous models, it could be incompatible, and it could we could experience some problems. So let me go back from this. Now next what I'm going to talk is about songbook. Couple things about songbook. In PA4 we have button for songbook, and we are in songbook. In PA5 that button is called book. Same function. Songbook, PA4, and here is book. Now in PA4 we have button set list. That same button give us option to go in set list mode, then we can choose song with those buttons or directly from screen. And actually it wasn't so necessary to have that. Maybe just function of button is okay, but choosing song from here is very hard in dark space, and it has numbers. Why to do this and guess where is number 10 located? We have to take, it will take some time, but instead of that, we already see now a name of the song. Point to the song and you have song already. So you don't need this function. And that's why we don't have it here. When we press to set list, it is called here now songbook set list. Automatically we can see same window that we see on PA4, but directly now we have option to go and choose whatever song we want to choose from set list. We don't need to go to buttons. Everything is visible nicely here. Nice graphic and visible here. Now, in PA4, when you de-engage button set list, now it is turned off. Now we have option to choose category of the instruments. Piano, electric piano, organs, guitars. But here, with this button category, is same story. Piano. So, now, this button is dedicated only to category of instruments. And we have extra button that is dedicated to song list. Categories of instruments, song list. Okay. Now, and here, same button is gives us option to go to set list mode or category instrument mode. So there are similarities and differences. I think it is much, much better on Korg PA5. It is visible, nice, going to the point, and that is how it should be. So, okay, I think that is enough for my first video. Thank you very much, and we will see new stuff in new video. Please subscribe.